heron is a large bird. It measures around 84 to 102 centimeters long with a wingspan of over 77 inches. Grey herons are winter visitors to Tadoba, but some populations are seen throughout the year. The grey heron has a slow flight with its long neck retracted. It flies with slow wing beats and sometimes glides for short distances. These birds often perch in trees but spend much of the time on the ground, striding about or standing still for a long period with its upright stance, often on a single leg. Fishes, amphibians, small mammals and insects are taken in shallow water with the heron's long bill. It has also been observed catching and killing juvenile birds such as ducklings and occasionally takes bird up to size of a water rail. It may stand motionless in the shallows or on a rock or sand bank beside the water, waiting for the prey to come within striking distance. Small fishes are swallowed head first and larger prey and eels are carried to the shore while they are subdued by being beaten on the ground or stabbed by the bill. This species breeds in colonies known as heronries, usually in high trees close to lakes or other wetlands. Being large birds with powerful beaks, grey herons have few predators as adults, but the eggs and young are more vulnerable. The adult birds do not usually leave the nest unattended, but may be lured away by marauding crows or kites. The Indian Pitta is a very colorful bird native to India. It is also known as Navrang, translated as 9 colors. Colors are most striking when the bird is in flight. It inhabits the scrub jungle, dry deciduous forests, and also the dense forests of India. You see them hopping around on the ground, foraging for insects. It has a long, strong legs and a very short tail with a stout beak. Pittas are majorly summer visitors to Tadoba and usually arrive in the month of May and leave in the monsoons. The diet consists of small invertebrates and they majorly feed on insects, insect larvae, ants, termites, cicadas and earthworms. These Indian Pitta species forage on the forest floor and under dense undergrowth. They scratch and scrape the leaf litter for insects and also hop on the ground and pick insects on the forest floor. The breeding season of the Indian Pitta species is from April and September, with a peak in May and August. These are the buff-striped keelbacks. Often you don't encounter these snakes, but once the breeding season starts, they're all over the place. The buff-striped keelbacks are a small non-venomous snakes and majorly seen during the monsoons for breeding. Let us tell you a little bit about their mating behavior. When the female snake is ready to mate, she releases a special scent or a pheromone from the skin glands on her back. Going about her daily business, the female snake leaves a trail of odor behind her. The male snake who is ready to mate may catch the scent and follow the trail until he finds the female. Typical flirting then ensues once he locks eyes on the female snake. He will court the female by bumping his chin on the back of her head and crawling over her. The mating begins as the male wraps his tail around hers to meet at the cloaca. In the reptiles, the cloaca is where reproductive activities occur. If there is a large group of male snakes fighting for a female, they will not fight each other or mark territory, but they will all at the same time try to crawl on top of the female and wrap around her. Many snakes are known to take one-on-one approach. When the male locks onto the pheromone scent of the female receptive to mating, he will follow it until he finds her. If there is already another male in the area, the males may engage in non-violent combat. Interestingly, male snakes have two penises. This emerged from their cloaca during mating, but they only use one of their penises at a time. It is very similar to the way people are left-handed or right-handed. Each penis receives sperm only from its corresponding testicle, an adaptation that allows males to mate again if they come across a second female within a short period of time. They'll mate with one female using one of their penises and then the other female with the second penis. After mating, the female may store sperm for over a year and somehow choose which male sperm she wants to use to fertilize the eggs. Certain species may not need males to reproduce. Female Brahmini blind snakes, for example, seem to reproduce only asexually by creating clones of themselves. Their eggs begin cell division without fertilization from a male sperm. During the mating of these buff-striped keelbacks, another male is eagerly waiting for his chance to mate with the same female. Another male is trying to crawl over the female as well as the males trying to disturb their mating. But the male who is already mating has a good grip on the female. He doesn't want to give a chance to the other male to mate. Two yellow stripes along the length and to the sides of the spine are the distinctive feature of the snake. These stripes diffuse at the head and are especially bright on the second half of the body. The Indian jungle crow is an all-black species of jungle crow found in the plains of India, where it is very common and readily distinguished from the house crow, which has a grey neck. Often grouped along with other crow species in the region, it differs in its voice from the large-billed crow found in the higher elevations of the Himalaya and the eastern jungle crow. It is an opportunist and generalist omnivore. They may soften their food by dropping them in water and have also been observed to eat sand after feeding on meat from a carcass. The jungle crows are one of the most intelligent creatures in the bird kingdom. The Indian hare is found all over the country and is also native to Sri Lanka. They are generally found in areas where large tracts of bush and jungle alternate with farmland. They are also commonly sighted in coastal herb communities. They are also called black-naped hares due to the patch of black fur that runs along the nape of the neck. The top of the tail is also black and the back and face are brown with black hairs scattered throughout. The underparts are white. The total length ranges from 40 to 70 centimeters and weight ranges from 1.5 to 7 kilograms. During the mating season, male becomes aggressive, sparring with other males using their forepaws and boxing with their hind feet. Some animals in the jungles do not give a hint before they appear. One of them is the wild dogs. Wild dogs are extremely shy animals and are often seen being in the thickets. They are most of the time encountered accidentally. The pack of wild dogs here are majorly seen in the Pandurpani area. They have a vast territory and cover one of the prime areas of the park. They have been seen for almost a couple of years now and haven't multiplied or had pups. They are extremely bold in front of the vehicles. Today, they seem to have come out for patrolling the territory and also might be looking for a hunt. As they move, they're trying to sense the presence of a different pack and are seen sniffing the ground.
Stay alert, stay safe. Jai Hind.
Stay alert, stay safe. जय हिंद.
Stay alert, stay safe. Jai Hind.
सतर्क रहा, घरी रहा. जय हिंद.
Stay alert, stay safe. Jai Hind.